Good afternoon and welcome back to another ironic introduction to another video. Today I have Alliance War number 10, season 25. As always, I am on path number 7. I've got an encroaching stun Immortal Hulk. I've got a powerful from afar Kingpin. So really nice on the amount of shared fights I have this war. This Obsidian is decent placement. To be fair, Obsidian is not really a lethal defender to begin with, but I do know there are multiple people who have him ranked 3 because he is a fan favorite, also hits really hard, but because he's not ramped up, because there's not really threat to taking a heavy to the face, and a lot of his damage is very reliant on ramping up, there's not a lot of threat. So you can see here I make a mistake trying to bait out this special and just really poorly timing my dash back. I'm going to do it again here in a moment, but even with he's hit me 7 times now, I'm still at 51% of my health, and I've got like rainbow boost on, sure, but I've got the small rainbow boost on, so there really isn't any threat from this Obsidian. It's really just an annoying fight with the protect, but I'd say for diversity placement this is pretty good, right? Like the goal of diversity placements is to be as annoying as possible, and this Obsidian's got that pretty good. Every time I face him, it's more of just like an eye roll because I know I got like a minute to a 2-minute fight. But after that couple of mistakes, I do end up recovering, doing just fine. And I'm going to clean up pretty well. The biggest thing here is just that because of Protect, I have to make sure I don't launch SP2s, so it's just a little bit longer. I'm going to move forward up to this Immortal Hulk, but I miscounted my energy, so thankfully my alliance mate was able to come in and move. Otherwise my boost would have timed out, that would have sucked. But I am going to pop an indestructible boost. The reason for that is I have 5, and we're pretty much at the end of the season. The other thing is that pretty much by the time I'm clearing my second section, I either know we're going to lose or I know we're going to win. So I conserve the boosts even if it means the loss of revives and potions, just because you never know when it's going to be needed for a closer war. But I popped it here because at this moment it's really close. So I want to make sure that I have the safety net. Not that I think Immortal Hulk is a big threat, but I want to be careful. The timing here is really tight on that encroaching stun, but I get that SP2 in. I would have dropped the L1 if I had to. Thankfully, I was able to get the more damage efficient L2 in. Now he's constantly degenerating. I don't have to worry too much about Protect because I am a extra large champion. And it's going pretty well. I'm going to jump back in, find a good window to make sure that my L2 is going to work with the encroaching stun timer so I don't get stunned. And from here, it's just a matter of triggering, I think it's called Frenzy or Rage or whatever Immortal Hulk's extra life phase is. But because I've got the infections on, I don't have to worry about the healing factor. I just have to worry about the unblockable factor. So here I use my L2 to just kind of stall out. I was planning to drop my L1 there if he had been super stingy. Thankfully, the timer was good and I was able to get the takedown. Now next up in section 2 here, you're going to see here I'm full boosted, but I'm still rocking the small rainbow boosts. Now I've got the 212% because I bought some, I put them in overflow, but the reality is that we know this is a loss already, so I'm not too stressed out about the wars. Whenever you know it's a loss, it takes like a lot of pressure off, but it's also just kind of like a moment. At the same time, I guess when you know it's a win, because my alliance, you know, we usually have a win like really secured, I'm usually never really worried, but I'm going to take this HitMonkey. Nothing crazy about HitMonkey. I think the biggest thing is just keeping in mind that if you knock him down, he does get unblockable specials, and an evade. The evade's not really a big deal with Ghost, but I'm going to go ahead and drop my L2, follow up with immediate L3, and even with these small boosts, you're going to see, I think it takes him out. Pretty sure it takes him out. So HitMonkey, probably a pretty good placement in multiple situations if people were using like Doom, but as long as you're ghost blasting, it's just a super easy fight. Followed up with SpiderHam, same concept. Like as long as you're ghost blasting this, it's a super easy fight. So I would like to think that people should, you know, mix and match their defenders a little bit just to make it so you can't ghost the whole path. But maybe that, you know, like, who might have criticized, they won this war. You can see here SpiderHam's reactions and his animations are a little wonky, so I ended up taking a parry. I am going to take this Power Sting from the Porker Popper, mostly just because I wasn't worried about the threat of it. I knew it was going to do a ton of damage, but I also knew I could survive. And I didn't want him to drop his L1, because that would place a taunt on me, and it would really reduce my damage. So I just opted to drop my L2, finish off with an L3, super clean. After that, I have a Kingpin. Now, normally I imagine this Kingpin is a really good placement here, but when you don't have the global, it's a very, very easy glow splash. You can see here we're down 9 deaths. So the reason I checked was just to confirm that I don't really need to full heal here. I'm pretty confident I could do this fight without healing at all, but I'm going to pop a little bit in case I need to take a blocked hit, perhaps I need to block an SP2, any kind of that nonsense. But if he does launch an L3, I'm SOL anyways, so I don't want to full heal. Wow, I keep putting an R there. But I get a nice intercept to start. Really, the name of the game here is just get to an L2. If I get to an L2, he is just dead. I'm contemplating baiting an L1 here. He's just not launching it, so I'm going to go for a parry. I don't hold the block like I'm supposed to, and again, he's just playing crazy passive, so I just decided to say F it. I'm just going to go full gun, drop my L2 straight into an L3, and he's finished off. I guess in hindsight, I probably should have done that to begin with, but I really thought he would launch a special. He was just like, I'm good, I'll hold, you play your cards first, but that's okay. Kingpin down, war number 10. Not the cleanest war, but hey, a one-shot's a one-shot. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.